After the 4-day message, I hit him with this. Hey, I don't think what I'm doing is a fit for you, but do you know anyone that wants to blank? Do you want...
Hey, I've been sliding into your DMs for a while. It doesn't seem like you want to go out with me. Do you have any hot friends? Hey everyone, welcome to Nicole Reacts, where I, Nicole, react to online marketing guru trainings that I find on the internet. My qualifications for snark and commentary are that I've had a marketing company for the last 14 years. In addition to that, I've started 2 non-marketing businesses in that time. So I've both needed and provided marketing services for a variety of businesses, nonprofits, and other entities. If you like what you're seeing, I do hope you subscribe to the channel or share this video with someone you think will get a kick out of it. And if you want to see more videos like this, there is a full Nicole Reacts playlist on the YouTube channel, as well as every video and every piece of content, essentially, we've produced on our blog as well. So today's person is going to sound familiar if you've watched these other videos, and that's Ray Higdon. Now, the reason I'm talking about Ray Higdon for a third time, I mean, he's the gift that keeps on giving, is that when I looked at my stats, he is a very popular video. And what I'm trying to figure out is if the Ray Higdon videos are popular because they were kind of adjacent to the Rachel Hollis upload I did. So I don't know if his popularity is due to proximity to Rachel Hollis or whether people just generally enjoy the snark about him. I guess we're going to see with this third video. Now, if you've never watched the Nicole Reacts playlist before, I do hope you'll stick around. Every week we react to one of these people that gives these free online trainings. They spend half the time hawking their own stuff. We will do a content to shilling ratio at the end, don't worry. And after watching these videos, what we like to do is kind of summarize what we learned, which, full disclosure, usually isn't much. And I talk about whether I think they know what they're talking about or not. And if we got absolutely nothing from it, I will try to also give you actually useful marketing information as we go along. All you need to know is if we're ranking marketing gurus, there's like, people who are actually respected marketing people or like at least moderately respected marketing people. And then there's these sort of network marketing gurus. And then there's the imitators of the gurus who are trying to get their share. Ray is an imitator of the network marketing gurus. So, for example, he has 10,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel, which is over 9,000 more than I have. But this particular video that we're watching today has like 110 views on it. So it's not like everyone's clamoring to learn this guy's information. And what Ray Higdon has tried to position himself as is as like a video marketer. And in obviously the online space that we're in, video or in particular short video marketing like TikTok, Instagram Reels are like the kind of hot new thing in marketing. So him positioning himself this way is, I think, a way for him to kind of stand out in the market. In general, I've watched his TikTok videos and I'll link to his TikTok channel if you want to go watch them. I don't think they're that interesting, but what do I know? I've only helped 500 businesses market over the last 14 years. So without further ado, we're going to start the video here. Let's see. Okay, before we start, actual start of content, let's take a guess. I'm going to guess the video is 20 minutes and 35 seconds long. He's going to start at the 4-minute mark. Okay, so write down your guess as to what timestamp you think the actual content will start on the video. So without further ado, let's hear from our guy, Ray. Okay, we're seeing here what's called a guru trailer. That's what I call it. And basically, this short, edited little video at the start establishes authority and also can flash his lifestyle a little bit. What I think is funny about this one is like his last 2 slides were like father and husband. Now, I've never had children. I cannot speak to being a mother. But as somebody who was married and now isn't married, but might get married again someday, I don't see being married as an accomplishment. I know great people who aren't married, and I know really crappy people who are. So to me, it's just a bit of a crapshoot. And I think listing it like it's an accomplishment is kind of ridiculous. But let's enjoy, we're going to see some, I'm guessing the rest of this guru trailer, we're going to see some flashy lifestyle stuff. So a hot air balloon, helicopter. Here, I'm in a boat. Look, I'm in a plane with my wife and baby. Yep. Lifestyle,
So our
lifestyle,
four-step,
lifestyle.
video formula is intro, question, content, call to action.
Whoa, he just started right away. We haven't had that happen. So, all right. We've never had this happen before. They usually vamp for a while, but let's keep going. All right. So we got the 4-step video formula. What's the timestamp? At the 19-second mark. So Ray, you are a record holder in starting the soonest.
And so intro, hi, my name is. And the reason that we suggest that is there are people that are unable to hear you until they hear you say your name. Even though it's on your page. It's like, why do I need to say this? It's right there.
Because they might have come to your page from somewhere else. It's like, those really important people who are like, do you know who I am? And it's like, I don't know. I just assume most people don't know who I am until I introduce myself. It's so weird. Yeah, you might have ended up on the person that maybe the page got shared with you. Or maybe you were searching for content and you clicked on something and it pulled up this page. We can't assume that they know who you are just because they're on your page. They might have gotten there from a variety of different places without knowing who you are.
They're like, well, who is this? Who is this? And you're talking, who is this? I don't understand who this is, right? I'm telling you, you gotta learn, we say think, you gotta learn to think like the fish, not the fisherman. You gotta understand, people are easily confused. You gotta understand, intro doesn't have to be what rank you're at. Doesn't have to be all, your 42 ribbons you got in 3rd grade. It doesn't have to be all these different.
Yeah, at the beginning of these videos, I always say, hi, welcome to Nicole Reacts, and I give a brief introduction as to who I am so that, I don't know how you found this video. Maybe you don't know who I am. So it takes all of 10 seconds to say it. But by the way, I love how these people just like drag on the information. Say who you are. You don't need to say this. You don't need to say this. You don't need. Yeah, he's going to talk about this probably for another 2 minutes, but it's like, yeah, we get the point.
Different things, just your name. Hi, my name is. Okay. Question, that's your hook. That's your hook to keep them on. Now, if you assume that they're chasing kids doing laundry, they're running late for a dentist appointment, they got something in the oven that's literally on fire, you're battling all that. And
if you're watching this video and something is on fire, please go attend to it. I don't feel like I'm battling for your attention. Please go deal with that stuff. The video will be here later.
Like that, you'll keep them on. If you think that, everyone's got all the time in the world, hey guys, just an update, just thought I'd share with you. I had a great breakfast burrito. So good.
There's something wrong with being casual about what's going on and still being professional. I love how it's either like, get down to business right away, or I'm talking about a breakfast burrito. Like, why can't it be casual but also information giving?
If you just assume, if you just just lazily kind of mosey through your Facebook Live because they love you so much, you may have super fans and they'll stick around no matter how atrocious the content is. You can't turn off super fans. Impossible. Okay? Well, it's not impossible, but it's hard. Okay? You got to assume they don't know you. They're busy as heck. They got all kinds of things going on. They're about to catch a plane. You want them to question rescheduling their plane to stay on your live.
No, go on your flight. We'll catch up later. This scarcity marketing shit used to work. It doesn't anymore. Creating urgency, unless there is actual urgency, is not only dishonest, but it's manipulative, and people can sense it. So get on the plane. We'll catch up later. It's fine. Like, ew.
If you think like that, you'll start to say, okay, all right, how do I craft something that's really persuasive to keep them on? So the question could be, hey, today I'm going to talk about the, 4 ways to, eliminate 10 pounds, whatever. It could be whatever, but it's something of value, something that educates, something that talks about their problem that they're having of the type of person you're trying to attract. And it could, by the way, it could be from a book, could be from a magazine. There's a lot of times. I mean, you heard, how many of y'all heard Garrett yesterday? Where's Garrett? Look at him back there. Guy's amazing. How many people did he quote? I counted it, 49. I'm just kidding, I didn't count it. All right. Did anyone say, there he goes? Way to go, Garrett. Yeah, quoting John Maxwell again. Well, there he goes. Not your original content, dude. No one said that.
Yeah, because he's citing his sources. People don't mind if you bring information in from other places if you give that information credit where you got it.
What'd they do? They clapped because it was amazing. Was it amazing? It was awesome. See that? Yeah, no one. Blaine Hill, heard it. Come up with your own stuff, dude. Right? People don't care. They care if it's valuable.
They gotta come up with some of your own stuff. Just saying. Like, if I was just regurgitating information, like, you wouldn't find that particularly interesting.
Valuable. They care if it's helpful. They care if it's educational, entertaining. They care about that. They don't care if you read it from a magazine or you read it from a book or you got it from a course or you got it from an event. They don't care. You don't have to.
Yeah, just give credit.
Worry about this. It's not. This isn't your, your project you're turning in middle school, right? Plagiarism.
Yeah, plagiarism is a thing. Don't steal other people's stuff. That makes you an asshole.
Tell them where you got it. I
Yes.
read this magazine. They won't care.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right, fine. What is it? What's in it for me? They're more concerned about that.
They're also concerned where you got the information. You know, if you trot out a stat, there are people who are going to want to know where you got it and see the context of it. Anytime I've ever thrown out a stat, I've always tried to give context and where to get it so that people can see where it is. I even, in my proposal software, I have stats like kind of on the footer of every page of my proposal software to just kind of make it interesting. I cite the source where I got the stat in my own internal proposal software, which is a completely closed system. It's like, yeah, people care where you're getting the information from because there's lots of ridiculous places you can get information from these days.
So then you do the content and then the call to action. And the call to action it's not enough to say, hey, if you really like this, share.
Is he like really proud that he's married? Like, why is there a picture of him and his wife of the 4-step video formula? What does his wife have to do with anything? Also, from a visual standpoint, everything is crowded to the left side of this slide. I want to like that little bullet, the 4th bullet is like right above his picture thing. Why not move the picture thing over to that big blank space on the right? Okay, all right. Being a catty slide design bitch here, let's keep going.
Comment. You should do that, but it's not enough. You got to get them to reach out. You got to give them a reason to reach out. And so you can tell them, hey, if you like this content, I actually have a full 7-day meal plan. If you'd like that for absolutely free, reach out to me. Happy to give it to you. If you like this, I actually have the 44 ingredients you shouldn't have in your shampoo. Whatever. The 10 foods you should avoid your kids that'll prevent them from being angry. I don't know.
Okay, just a little PSA. There are certain fields where we have to be careful about what information we're giving out to the general public and what we seem to be endorsing. And I'll give 2 examples here. One is that for meal plans or any kind of nutritional plans can only be given out by a registered dietitian or a physician in most cases. So that lady who just really likes healthy cooking, unless they are a registered dietitian or a doctor, should not be giving out meal plans legally. Another field of information which is highly regulated is anything related to money and investing. So I've done work now for several banks and financial planning firms. And when we do social media content, we need to be really careful that we are not endorsing anything or showing what anyone could construe as investment advice. which is why if you ever read a personal finance blog that is by a financial planning company or by a bank, you'll notice that a lot of the blog entries are pretty general for that reason. So whether you're in an MLM or not, you need to be really clear, whatever your industry you're in, what you can and can't give advice about, and to stay in your lane, because it is a potential legal issue if you do not. Let's continue.
Whatever, okay? Whatever kind of additional thing that goes in line with that. And it could be you could have a bread and butter. You could have one thing. You know, if you look at on rayhigdon.com, we have that audio has been there forever. It's 29 sources of leads. And I did it because I was so sick and tired of people saying, I don't know where to find people, right?
You know, I think a problem I have with these people is that they're so fucking condescending. Oh, you know, I just got tired of people complaining about leads. I want to know how many people this guy prospects a week. I want to know how many people are in his pipeline right now, and I want to know his closing rate. Before he makes joke, oh, people can't find leads. How many leads are you finding? Oh, are you at the top of the pyramid and you don't have to do any work because all the people below you are doing the work? Then F all the way off, honestly. I hate it when they're condescending like this because it's not helpful. And the people who are kind of laughing in the audience, like maybe they're thinking, oh, you know, I don't know where to find leads, or I've had a hard time finding leads in the past. All it does is make the people hearing it feel bad and makes you sound like an asshole.
And other than, you know, getting with Tyla and inventing a human detector, right? Other than that, you know, I decided to create an audio, 29 sources of leads, so you never run out of people to talk to ever again. We've had that there since at least 2010, at least 8 years. So that anytime I ever communicate with somebody and they say, I don't know where to find people, I'll say, well, go over there.
Yeah, according to the date of this video, it was uploaded in 2020. So it seems like he's talking in 2018. So yeah, maybe the upload date was a little later than the video was recorded in.
Enter your name and email so that I don't have to repeat it. Does that make sense? But you don't have to have a website to do this. You can just say, hey, feel free to reach.
If you don't, you can just put the audio on your website. You don't need to make people give their email address to get it. I would be annoyed if I gave an email address and got a 1-minute audio clip. I would be so annoyed.
Reach out to me, and I'm going to send you over my blank, 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 whatever it is. Meal plan, recipe book, exercise.
No, you can't just make someone an exercise plan. I think you need to be a certified trainer. Listen, these people are really great at coming up with random ideas. I have actually worked with clients in these spaces. I have worked with clients who are dietitians or, you know, health coaches. You know, and again, health coaches can't give meal plans. They can suggest recipes to me. They can look at my food log and maybe make some observations, but there are certain things they are not allowed to advise me on. I've worked with trainers. Again, there's certain things they cannot talk about nutrition. They're not allowed to. They're not certified to talk about that. So just take what these people say with a grain of salt and look into it. Look into what you're allowed to say in your industry. Don't just go off of Ray Higdon's random idea, because he probably has never worked with people in these fields. I have. There are rules. You can't just post whatever content you want and not be liable for it. So just make sure you're really clear with what you are and aren't allowed to say.
Plan, how to get ripped, how to get shredded, the 4 supplements that I use for maximum energy. You know, you can have something like that. Any of those things work. So some examples. Do you struggle with nighttime sugar cravings? That could be your question, right? So, hi, I'm Ray, intro. Do you struggle with nighttime sugar cravings? Stick around. I'll share some tips that'll absolutely help. Bless you.
Can you help with You're not a doctor. You're not a doctor. You can't help someone with sugar cravings. You don't have that level of expertise.
Want to save money? Why was that so funny? That's hilarious. Do you want to save money the next time you stay at a hotel, or do you want to have more, creamier skin?
This slide has really weird capitalization. Save money, and then next and time are capitalized, and then stay and hotel are capitalized. This is weird. And also these, okay. These bullets are different. I see. There's one bullet and then he's got the dashes under. God.
Oh, that's what was funny. Do you want to have creamier skin or more glittery hair? Whatever. You get to choose. You choose your adventure.
If you want to have glittery hair, just let your gray hair grow out. I did like 5 years ago, and my hair is very glittery now.
Some call to action. If you like this, hey, feel free to send you a 4-day meal plan. Shoot me a private message. If you'd like a list of what credit cards to avoid, whatever you're talking about.
Sorry, this is getting me really angry because he keeps drilling this point home, and it is not the point to drill
whatever
home.
You're talking about, whatever's relevant with you, you can come up with a next thing. Now here's the big question. What if someone reaches out to you?
Okay. This is a good use of animated GIFs, but why not fit them on the slide? There was room on the slide for them, I think, but.
Oh no! I swear, we get this question at least 10 times a day in Rate Makers. Well, yeah, but if I do all this, what if they actually reach out? Yay! Yay! They reached out. Way to go! So you got to understand it's
the utter contempt these people have. They reached out, laughing at the people who pay them money to help them. Grow up, dude.
It's not enough to teach marketing. You got to teach them there's humans on the other end that you still got to deal with, right? Check, I did my Facebook Live. I'm not going to respond to anyone, but I did it. Well, then why'd you do it? Okay.
Yeah, most people want to make sales. That's why they're doing it. They did it because they didn't want to go live. They did it because you told them to. They will obviously want to make sales, but they have heard countless network marketing trainers tell them to not make the sale right away. So when someone reaches out, they're like, oh, basically, how do I engage them without making the sale right away? And how do I know when to present the sale? That's what the real thing is. And acting like it isn't just makes you, such a jerk.
So the concept is when someone reaches out to you based on your call to action, that is natural segmentation. Segmentation. And segmentation is, it's a simple concept. It can be used in very advanced ways. And right now, it might be the hottest thing that advanced marketers are doing, is they're segmenting you in every way, shape, or form. If you watch 20 minutes of a webinar, they do something different to you. If you watch 30 minutes, something different. If you watch 45 minutes, something different. If you visit this page but not this page, something different, right? So you're constantly being segmented right now, but you're just not using that power. It's a simple concept. It just means
you saying it's simple 3 times in 1 minute does not make it simple. You've barely explained what this is.
Someone took an action and you can treat them differently. So a lot of times, a few different times.
You can also segment people without them taking an action. If you wanted to segment people based on their birthday, if you wanted to send everybody whose birthday was coming up in I'm recording this in May. If you send everybody, whose birthday was coming up in July, an email with a $10 off coupon, that's a way to segment people. They haven't necessarily interacted, maybe obviously they fill out a form to get your emails and they put their birthday in, but you can also segment people by demographic information that you automatically collect through cookies on a website. So if I wanted to show a specific advertisement to people who visited my webpage, but who were, I don't know, who were above 60 years old, who owned businesses in the United States, and I have a Facebook remarketing pixel on my website, I could take out a Facebook, Instagram ad to people who've been to my website who fit that criteria. So yeah, you can segment by action, but you can also segment by things like demographic information.
I've taught insurance, real estate, and coaching sales floors on how to make sales over the phone. And one of them is when it comes to people,
I would love to hear him make a sale over the phone. I would love that.
applying for these different things, real simple question, what made you apply? What made you apply? What made you raise your hand? What made you choose to reach out to me? Okay, so I want to give you what that looks like. This I would definitely take a picture of, because this will help you out. If you follow our formula, you will get people reaching out to you, guaranteed. You will. Now, what didn't I guarantee? I didn't guarantee time. I don't know if it'll be today, tomorrow, don't know if it'll take you a week, but I don't believe you're able to do this for any length of time, for, month, couple months, and not have anybody reach out to you.
1 lead every 2 months, you consider a win. Okay. And like, this person just reaches out. They're not saying, yes, I want to buy something. They're like, I'm interested. That's what is happening with these network marketing companies when people reach out. How many of those people move forward? So yeah, it can be a quote unquote numbers game, but if these are the numbers that he is promising you, this should not impress you.
And a lot of times people will say, well, Ray, I don't have a following. Literally, no one follows me. Well, would you follow you? What are you posting? Are you posting your join link every 5 minutes? Are you posting about your product every 2 minutes? Would you follow that? Do you fast forward past the educational programming to get to the commercials? Wait, honey, it's a commercial. Stop.
Full disclosure, one of my favorite things when I have access to cable TV is to watch infomercials on Saturday mornings. Not the exercise ones, but all the other ones. I love the formula of it. I make myself a peanut butter toast and I watch infomercials. That is like a comfort activity for me on a Saturday morning when I have cable. But I think it's because I like the formula of them.
Let's make sure we watch these. Oh, new product. Oh.
What I really want in my life, in case anybody is watching this who can make this happen, I want to be on the infomercial, but I want to be the dumb person that doesn't know anything. What do you mean we can cut a can with it and a tomato right after? That's just silly. Anyway, consider this my audition. I can act real dumb if you need me to. That would be my dream. Or if you do those like Crime Stopper, crime reenactment things, I would also like to be on one of those. So those are my 2 TV dreams specifically. If you are watching this and can help me make that happen, please reach out.
Dishwashing liquid. Fantastic. Does anyone do that? No, you're like, oh, commercial. That's why you don't follow someone. And if you're pounding out their company name, product. Did I mention my product? They're fast forwarding. They're saying, I don't want to hear from this person. How do I mute this person, block this person? Okay. And so here's really, really powerful thing for you. Happy to send you the blank meal plan, shampoo ingredients, how to make your own candles, whatever you're doing. Okay. Here, happy to send you the blank when I get in front of my computer, but just curious, what made you reach out? Or are you currently using supplements? Are you currently on a meal plan? What kind of shampoo are you using? Yummy shakes, makeup, whatever. Congruent with what you're doing. Now, why do I suggest that you say, when I get back in front of my computer? Because it creates a natural delay. It allows you to gather information. So if someone's at the mall and they got the bourbon chicken, right? They got the bourbon chicken samples. And free samples, come get your free bourbon chicken. I'm like, I like bourbon chicken. I walk over there. I'm like, and before I take it, oh, hold on a second. Do you currently buy bourbon chicken? I was like, I just want a bourbon chicken. Well, how much in annual spend do you, estimate that you spend on chicken? If they start grilling me with questions, I'm like, just give me the damn sample, right? It's like, hey, stop your questions. I want that, right? I want to yum. That's what happens if you don't create a natural delay. So you say, you're telling them even if you're on your computer, although.
So you want to be the annoying person holding the plate of chicken away from someone and asking them questions? Really?
Maybe step off your computer, do it on your phone so you're telling the truth. But it creates a natural delay that allows you to ask a question because they still haven't gotten what they want. Does that make sense? It's a little slight psychology, but it'll help you get a lot more results.
Ew.
Happy to send you when I'm in front of my computer, but just curious, bum, bum, bum. Whatever relates. What made you reach out would work for almost all of them, but you can be more specific. You know, are you currently on a meal plan? Have you ever tried blah, 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 okay?
He couldn't have picked a worse example than the meal plan.
Is that helpful?
No.
All right, nice. Why? I didn't respond, Ray. I did everything you said.
And now we're going to mock people for not understanding that they have to go through the numbers, that they have to pitch many people before they'll get interested people. So we're not going to learn his closing rate. We're not going to learn how many people he reaches out to a week, how many people are in his lead pipeline, how many people he closes the deal on per week. We're not going to learn anything like that. We're just going to make fun of people for being affected by constant rejection. Yeah. So,
I didn't respond.
I will say this is a pretty good use of animated GIFs, though.
I did what he said. They tell their friends, I did exactly what he said. Who cares? Who cares? It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. I promise you. I don't know how many thousands of people didn't respond to me because
Maybe if you kept your sales stats, you would know.
I paid attention to those that did. I just paid attention to those that did.
Wow. What a hero.
And I'll also tell you, there were people that didn't respond to me for 6 months. Was I pulling my hair out and going crazy? What could I do differently? No, I just didn't care. It wasn't that big a deal. There's people, I'm looking for people that are looking. I'm looking for people that are open.
I will say it is important to understand whatever your sales cycle is. So for example, I don't know, if you sell sandwiches, probably someone walks in and they want a sandwich or they don't want a sandwich. But in my case, the longest I ever waited for someone to move on a proposal was 7 years. 7 years later, they're like, oh, hey, we're ready to move on this proposal. And what I realized is I hadn't put an expiration date on it. So I honored my pricing, but now I always put an expiration date on my quotes. Or actually, it's in proposal software, so I can always revoke the proposal if need be and resend it with new pricing. But yeah, 7 years is the longest I've waited from sending a proposal to it being accepted. So sales is a long game. And there's nothing wrong with that. But him making fun of people for being affected by rejection without giving them the tools to deal with it, other than saying it's not a big deal, that's not a tool. That's just you minimizing someone's feelings. Yeah, not helpful.
I'm not looking to convert every person I ever talk to. Don't need to. You don't need to either. So stop getting all tangled up with that. Live streamers, I hope you're paying attention to this. I know how much people spend so much time. What could I have done differently? Well, maybe if I, had a gray hat on in my profile. Right? They'll come up with all kinds of weird stuff. Who cares? Say less to more people. Go talk to more people. Focus on those that do respond. However, I do have a follow-up until they pass away plan.
That's gross.
This is the follow-up until they pass away plan.
Ew.
So after 4 days, and this is something that we've carefully crafted. So once they've gone 4 days of not responding, you can hit them with this. And that is, hey, sorry I've been so busy with customers and prospects, teammates, whatever, at a convention, whatever you want to say there. But it's something that has had you busy, okay? But I haven't had time to follow up with you. How are you? You are positioning yourself as busy. What this really is you are testing to see, is there any openness there?
Yeah, and you're also asking them a direct question.
Are they actually interested in what you are doing? They may not be. They may reply, good, smiley. And so the question is, what would a postured person do? A postured person would stay postured. And so if they reply, good, cool, man. Well, I got to run off to another appointment, but I'm happy to reach out to you the next
I hate the fake busy thing. Don't be fake busy.
week or so. I'm constantly trying to throw different persuasive mechanisms to see if they have any openness, any interest, versus trying to always close them down.
People are trying to politely reject you by saying they're not interested, but you're going to force them to say, I am not interested. And then you're going to talk about how you have so many haters. Maybe if you didn't bug the crap out of people all the time, maybe network marketing wouldn't have such a bad name to it.
Now, if they don't respond, if more than 30 days after the 4-day message, I hit them with this. Hey, I don't think what I'm doing is a fit for you, but do you know anyone that wants to blank? Do you want?
Hey, I've been sliding into your DMs for a while. It doesn't seem like you want to go out with me. Do you have any hot friends?
Know anyone that wants to make some extra money, wants to lose some weight, wants to creamy your skin? Whatever. They like the creamy skin. You know, when we, some of you, how many of you were at our Fort Myers event, the one-day little deal we did? A few of you. So at that one-day event, we had, actually, where's Dean? I think Dean is here. I thought I saw him last night. What's up, Dean? So Dean Gross, my man, what's up? He, it's funny because I met him back in probably 2007, 8, something like that, and he was doing payroll. And I knew that my credit was so bad that no one would probably ever lend me anything ever. And so I was like, you know what? I need to set Jess up on payroll so that she had a track record, you know what I'm saying? And so she, continue to be my sugar mama. And she was paying my bills at the time. And so I got with.
Why do you need to put her on payroll if she's paying your bill? This is weird.
Dean, because he was working with payroll. And anyone I came into contact with, I'm going to ask you if you're open to my deal. I'm going to ask you. There's just no one, dry cleaner, anyone. I'm going to ask you. I don't care if you are or not. I'm not.
Just a really brief aside, if you're wondering, like, when do you go to payroll? It is when you have more than one person in the company. So the first 4 years I was in business, it was just me. And so what I did was I took an owner's draw every month and I paid estimated quarterly taxes. So based on the previous year's tax return, I would have a set amount that I would send into the government every 3 months. And then at the end, I might get a bit of a bill, I might get some money back, whatever, but at least I would have been paying a little bit every quarter toward my taxes. It wasn't a lot. It was a few $100s. And once I had employees, I would have had to calculate all of these taxes by myself. And so I use a payroll company and they do all that for me. And they run the reports that are needed from, I don't know, the IRS or the state or whoever needs them. I have really detailed records about that. The other thing when you have employees you need to get is workers' comp insurance on your employees. So I have workers' compensation insurance on my employees. I don't have it on myself because it would be very expensive to have it on myself. Now, do I need it? Probably. I get that we're in a capitalist hellscape here in the United States, but when you get employees, things do change, and it is worth it to get payroll unless you want to do all those calculations yourself and hope you're getting them right. So him adding his wife does make sense. He would move to a payroll company. Although if she's paying his bills, I'm unclear why he's adding her to his company's payroll.
Addicted to that, but I'm going to ask you. Okay. So I asked Dean, I'm like, hey man, I'm doing this thing. I don't do network marketing. He was too cool for school back then, right? Too cool for school. Here he is in the seat, right? Cool.
Is he too cool for school or does he already have a business? He has a payroll company. He already has a business. Like, why does if people don't want to join, it's that they're too cool? No, I already have a business. Thank you. I already have a job. Thank you. There's plenty of reasons to not join besides that you're too cool.
And but he's too cool for school back then. Totally understand. Lots of people are. And he came up to me in the Fort Myers.
These people situate themselves like they're the fucking main character. There's plenty of reasons that people don't want to join you. It's not all about you. It's not all about your company. They have lives, they have stuff going on. They might have very legitimate reasons for not doing network marketing that have nothing to do with you or your company.
And I kind of, forgot about it. I haven't seen him in years, actually. And at the Fort Myers event, he goes, "Hey, take a look at this." And he brought me up his cell phone, and it had text messages from me for 5, 6 years straight. "Hey, man, I'm doing a little meeting at my house. You should swing by. Be some cool people to meet. Hey, bro, I know this thing isn't a fit for you, but do you know anyone who wants to make some extra money?" I texted this guy forever because I knew he was socially connected. I knew he knew a lot of people. People respected him.
Imagine texting someone for 7 years when they've told you that they weren't interested. If this was a dating thing, like, this guy would have been hauled in by the police for freaking stalking.
I followed up at him. It stopped when I sold my business center. Then I stopped following up with him. I didn't have the other thing to get him into. And so I really do. Now, the only exception to this,
when I closed my business center, he's not in network marketing anymore. Oh, it's interesting because these people all talk about how much money they make in network marketing, and then they leave network marketing to become these like third-rate trainers. And it makes you wonder, if it was so lucrative, why did they leave? So he stopped following up when he was done with network marketing. Also, by the way, as a company, if I was texting, I have to give people a way to opt out, like a one-word unsubscribe, usually the word stop. So if you're on these automated texts and you type stop, it's supposed to unsubscribe you. But the fact that he's sending this as a person means he gets around that. And that is gross.
They're a jerk, if they feel that they have the green light to curse me out or be like really, really nasty, then they do not get the privilege of working with me.
Great. So we have to curse you out. We have to be mean about it for you to stop texting us or to not text us for 7 years straight. These are my options. And you wonder why people treat you badly? You're not giving people good options here, buddy.
They get marked off. Black marker. I
Good.
can't read their name. They're gone. They can't come in.
Good.
Access denied.
Perfect.
But other than that, I'm okay dripping on them for years. Hey, I'm doing a webinar today.
Years. What a jerk.
Tonight, you might want to hop on there. I'm okay just reaching out to them from time to time with no addiction to their response. I bet less than 10% of the text messages he even bothered to respond to. Was I pulling my hair out? No. I just keep on it. Keep at it. Well, if they still don't respond. Okay, all right. We've had so much of that. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure what that one is, but it was very intriguing to me, so I thought I'd include it. So bottom line, stop caring if they respond. Stop caring. It's not that big a deal. It really isn't.
Really bad slide design in addition to really bad content.
Stop caring if they say yes. Don't be addicted to the outcome. If I can boil down prospecting,
don't be a dick to the outcome. I think you should just shorten it to don't be a dick.
Which we will talk about later. Two things. See if they're open, give them an out. That's what I did with every prospecting I ever did.
If you give them an out, will you stop texting them? Because it sounds like you will drip on them for years unless they cuss you out. These people say one thing and then the next slide say something different.
Notice I didn't say, see if they're open, give them an out, and give them your sales pitch. I didn't say that. I didn't say, see if they're open, give them an out, and tell them it's ground floor. Didn't say that either. See if they're open, give them an out. Hey, you may or may not be open to this. If you are, great. If not, no big deal. Hey, I'm doing this new thing. I don't know if it's, I don't know if it's your kind of deal or not. If you'd like to take a look at it, great. If not, no worries. See if they're open, give them an out. That to me is the right way to prospect. And then you go from there, okay? You're looking for people that are looking. Stop trying to close everyone. Very frustrating to constantly analyze yourself on what could I have said differently. There are so many people that I didn't close. I just didn't beat myself up with it because it's a waste of time.
You can find more great marketing, prospecting, and recruiting tips just like these over at rayhigdon.com. And remember to pick up your free copy of his 29 sources of network marketing leads. We'll see you over there.
29 places to get leads in an audio format. He was too lazy to even put it on a freaking PDF and design it for you. He just talked into his phone and uploaded the file. Oh, Ray Higdon. All right, what did we learn? Well, as usual, we didn't learn too much here. Well, the whole video was called the 4-step video formula. And the 4-step formula we talked about was just in the first couple of minutes. And it was introduce yourself, ask a question, provide the content answering that question, and give a call to action. He said if you produced videos like this long enough, he can't imagine you doing it for 1 to 2 months and not getting at least one lead. So he's promising you one lead every 2 months minimum. Now, this is a lead. This isn't someone who's signing on here, okay? So just don't get your hopes up. He has a policy of following up with people until they die. And to use the technique when someone kind of responds to one of your videos and asks for information, I'd be happy to send that to you when I'm at my computer. But, tell me a little bit about why you reached out to get some additional information from them, because you don't want them to reach onto the platter of chicken and just pluck one off the tray. You want to hold that tray back from them and make them feel weird about it. So, yeah, do I think Ray knows what he's talking about? Based on his continuous example of the meal plan, which very few people on earth are legally allowed to give you, at least in the United States, I would say he doesn't really know much about what he's talking about. I think Ray Higdon, like all of these sort of imposter imitator gurus, at one point was in MLM, did the math and realized he could make money off of people joining MLMs more than he could make actually recruiting people into his downline, and so left the industry. But he's still trying to act like it was super lucrative. If it was that lucrative, he wouldn't have left. Just saying. So yeah, I think video content is great to market your business, whether it's longer form content or these shorter formats like TikToks and Reels. I think that it's a great way to kind of showcase your business's personality, what you have on offer, your customers, and things like that. I will link to a few videos I've done about videos and video marketing for a small business in case you want to watch those and learn a little bit more. But yeah, I don't think this guy is it, as usual. So yeah, I don't think this guy is it. I think you could learn video marketing from more knowledgeable and ethical people than him. So if you have a guru or a video that you want me to react to in a future Nicole Reacts video, you can leave it as a comment on this video. Or if you're more shy, you can reach out through the contact form of my website. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed and shared the video, or simply just, give it a little thumbs up if you liked it. Always looking for feedback on how to make these better, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks again. Have a great rest of your day, and see you next time. Take care.